Over the years, Adobe has continued to invest in making selections easier to get done inside Photoshop. In the old days, if we wanted to select an image like this guy out of the background here, we would use something like the lasso tool, and it was very painful because you have to have a very steady hand, and you're not going to get a very good edge here to go all the way around this guy. So thankfully, those days are over. We don't have to use that tool. I'm going to go ahead and deselect. Instead, I'm going to use a really cool tool called the Quick Selection tool. And basically, Quick Selection has edge detection technology built into it, so it knows how to snap and find and shape your selection to edges that it sees. The Quick Selection tool, you can press the W key on your keyboard to switch to it, or you can click on that icon there. And it's really simple. You just start clicking and dragging through the area that you want to select, and it automatically starts to grow the selection to the edges of common areas. So as I'm dragging through the shirt and drag into the hand and arm, it selects the rest of the arm. I don't have to keep dragging there. Once you let go of the mouse, you don't have to worry about screwing anything up. You can just keep clicking and dragging through other areas in your image to add that to your existing selection. I'm actually going to zoom up a little bit. Command plus, Control plus on the PC. Hold down the space bar to get my hand tool, and I can drag that down just to get a little closer to see what's going on here. You'll see there's a plus sign in the middle of the cursor. That's, again, just letting you know that if I continue to click and drag elsewhere, it's going to start adding that to my selection. So I'm just dragging through the fingers there. And it's like magic. It just knows where to grab that stuff, which is very, very exciting. If I accidentally select an area that I don't want in my selection, if I hold down the Option key or the Alt key, you'll see the plus sign in the middle of the cursor changes to a minus sign, and I can just click in that area and start dragging to deselect it if I wish. Okay, now I do want the arm and the hand, so I'll go back and let go of the modifier key and just click back into the hand area to add that to my selection there. So you can see it's pretty easy to add and subtract from an existing selection there. Option click around the top of that finger there. Okay, so I'll hold down the space bar and drag down a little bit, and then we'll add the pants to our selection. You can see it did a big jump there to the edge of the shirt, and make sure I'm getting that, and get the bottom of his foot. And you can see with just a couple clicks and drags, I was able to make a very quick selection, hence the name of the tool, the Quick Selection tool. Makes short work of selecting images out of a background like this, because the area that you want to select, there's quite a bit of contrast and difference between the area that you don't want. So the Quick Selection tool can actually really see those differences clearly. The Quick Selection tool may not work as effectively if you've got a very noisy background. If there's a bunch of pine needles, let's say, against this guy, you know, that's kind of a weird image to think about, but when there's a lot of detail between the subject that you want to select and the background that you're trying to isolate it out of, that's where Quick Selection doesn't work as well. But on an image like this, it works great.